Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Monday afternoon, April 25th. We are looking at Window Traders market profile of SPY, IWM, and Triple Qs. And where we ended, not a surprise whatsoever, as we pretty much nailed this day as far as calling it. And it was not after the fact, it was way before the fact. Told the room back in F and G period that this market was acting like it was running out of steam to the downside. It got too short. We were down over $30 from Thursday's high. I thought, and this is the reason. Now look, sellers had a lot going for them this morning. They had a gap, value, overnight low, IB low. They had a lot going for them. Now they lost a lot of that late in the day. But even before they lost, they told the room, the reason I'm thinking that they're not going to push much lower is we were getting pretty close to that 415, 416 level, the weekly and monthly low, right? And I said, I don't think they want to get there prior to two things possibly. One is all the big tech earnings coming up starting tomorrow night. And then again, the Fed on a week from Wednesday. That doesn't mean it couldn't. Obviously, in E period, we pushed down a lot more than I thought. In fact, that was my only losing trade. I had a long because I faded D's low, and then I faded E's low again, and I took it off when it stretched out a lot. I was like, because it stretched out a lot more than I thought. But that's all it did. They didn't hold the single prints, and that was the end for the sellers. And I did take a long in H, but only a small one. I was looking for a little bit more of a pullback to take a bigger long, but I could tell you, I told the room in F and G that something had changed, and the odds of filling the gap and getting the price probe were pretty good from Friday, and we did. Had a good day. I had a big long in L that I didn't hold. I got long at L's low. Well, let's go over all the trades first before I get to them. We all price probe to the upside. That's number one. SPY and ES go out with a double distribution day. They held singles in L. We do end 9 wide at D's high. Now, we couldn't raise it after we raised it to D. That was it, no matter how high we had gone. Q's end 11 wide. Russell only ends 7 wide. So I started the day with shorts. When A pushed down, I didn't short it right away. But I did short it. We had tremendous chop in A. So the first time I shorted it, went it, on one push up and then back down. Actually took a big long, a 50 lot, right before we took out the opening. And thank goodness I got out of it right away, because that was a head fake, got above and right back down. But boy, I did okay on it. And then I took another short. So I was two-sided in A, short and long. B period. Didn't take the short when we broke A's low, but on a push-up. I was shorting 423 puts because we had lower value and we still had the gap. C period looked like once we took out B's high, it looked like we might want to get the IB high, so I went long, and I played from the long side twice in C with 423 calls. D period, I did the same thing. I faded the day's low. Right at the low, 419 calls. Now, I did that again in E, but like I said, I took it off for a loss because we pushed down more than I thought we would. H period. I thought I was looking for an afternoon pullback low. I really did think that this market was going to rally. I only bought a small 10 lot at the time, made money on it, 419 calls. I was looking to see if it pushed down more. And then I didn't do anything in J or K when it popped, but actually that's not true. I think I did have a long. I didn't write it down though. I'm trying to think if I took a long to fill the gap. And I don't think I did. I wanted to, but it never pulled back. I didn't. But in L period, we came in, filled K singles. I bought small. Filled J singles, I bought more. And then around L's low, I bought more. It was like 75. And I was like, so when it went back up and it put me back in the money, because I was getting hurt on the original 25, I took them off. I'm like, well, we just filled 2 sets of singles. Maybe we're not going to really want to do any much more. Well, lo and behold, I took them off. I made money on it, but nothing big. And then look what L and M did. So that kind of ticked me off on my part. But it was still a good day overall. As far as destinations for tomorrow, for the upside, we have today's high 428.69. Now remember from Friday, G is an afternoon rally high for ES, but for me it's single prints 431.90 to 93, and then 437.33 daily high and 437.87 price probe from the 21st of April. For the downside, I'm using L's highs, the price probe 427.42. Single prints 426.83 to 76, 7 cents worth. 9 wide 422.21 at D's high. Afternoon pullback low H 420.98 and today's low of 418.84. Now don't forget this gap while it was holding throughout the whole day until J filled it was a weekly gap, but you could just sense that look, we came in straight $30-$31. You knew this market was going to have some kind of bounce, especially at a visual place not far from March's low and stuff. Or February's low, I'm sorry. So I'm not surprised. Now, let's go to the chart. Don't forget, we still have an inside month. So, March is low. February and March. I thought March's low would hold. We have 4 days to go in the month. It's an inside month. So it should be pretty interesting if we hold that. And then next Wednesday, the third day of the trading month, you're going to have the Fed. So it'll be really interesting. So right now the monthly's in balance. The weekly is firmly down. Even though we filled the gap, we are down now. And the daily is still down. Even though we had this tremendous rally, the daily is down. Now if we take out today's high tomorrow, then you'd be in a 3-day balance. But if we don't, nothing's changed and you're still down. But again, look at these last 3 days. 450 to 418.84, 419. We'll round it out. $31 straight down. Look at the 30-minute chart. $31 straight down. Now I did tell the room this too. When A period gapped, here's A. Then we balanced for 4 time frames. A, B, C, D. E tried to go bear again, right? Balance, balance, bear. That's all we did though. F came back into balance, and then look, we basically traded the whole day in balance until finally in J, we spiked and came out of balance to the upside. You could just sense that was going to happen. Anyway, thank you for liking these videos and subscribing. Come check us out at camelbacktrading.org. Enjoy your evening. We'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.